Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Cabrera TV Productions here with another LEGO MOC review, and today I'm going to be showing you my LEGO Avengers Infinity War statues. I did a total of 8 statues, but there's one statue that has 2 characters, and I think we all know which statues can have 2 characters in it. And I think, yeah, they're really cool. So without further ado, let's get started. And coming in at number 9 is the Outrider. Now, the Outrider, lots of people don't really know it by name, but this is the big army of monsters that were in the Wakanda scene in Avengers Infinity War, and I think I did a pretty good job on it. This is my least favorite out of all of them, but doesn't mean I don't like it. I really do like it. Gave it lots of detail, especially those tan details it has right there in the back of his feet, and also there in the front. I gave some little gray parts, and most of it is black, so this was pretty easy to build. And yeah, that is number 9. And coming in at number 7, this is Groot and Rocket Raccoon. Now, this was a pretty hard build to do, especially because of Rocket Raccoon. I had to find out how to do it in a small proportionate size. That was pretty tricky to do, but as you can see, it came out very cool. And also Groot made it a little bit taller. I like how it did Rocket Raccoon's big gun. Groot has his little video game thing that he uses in the game, in the movie. And he also has his own little blaster, and I like the expression I gave him in his face. I didn't want to leave him a blank face, but I gave him it looks almost a surprise expression. And you can see in the back right there, that piece right there, that is where Rocket Raccoon attaches his feet. And Rocket Raccoon, he came out pretty cool. I like how I did him. You see, his face is very simple. It's very simplified. And I like that. And you can see the rest of Rocket Raccoon details and Groot's details. And that is Rocket Raccoon and Groot. And number 6 is King T'Challa, the Black Panther. And now I really like how I did the Black Panther. It was pretty easy to build because it was mostly just black and light gray pieces. Although I did add some 2 purple pieces there because of the powers he has. And the only thing I did different in Black Panther that I didn't do the other ones was his 2 claws. These are regular Wolverine claws, but I thought they would look pretty neat in the Black Panther. Gave it some pretty nice detail in the face, and not much in the body, and a little bit in the legs, not as much. And that is the Black Panther. And number 5, it is the God of Thunder, Thor. And I really like how I did Thor. He's pretty cool. I made him with the blue eyes because he has electricity in his eyes, and I like how that effect came out. I didn't really have a regular cape for him, so I built him a brick cape using slope pieces to make it with a wavy effect. Not much detail on the feet. I made his hammer. His Stormbreaker is pretty simplified and easy to make. His body, I made I'm not really sure what they are, but that's what I made in him. And his hair was pretty tricky to make because his hair is just spiky hair in the movie, and that was really hard to make it into a Lego brick version. The rest of the figure was pretty easy to make, and that is Thor. And coming in at number 4, it is Captain America. And I really like this figure. It's pretty cool. His shields were really easy to make. If Lego hadn't made these new pieces they did a few years ago, I wouldn't have been able to do this Captain America because his shields, all they are is just that piece and then this extra gray piece right there. This is gonna be pretty tricky to make because I saw the pictures and everything in Captain America was dark blue, but I managed. I added some brown where there was brown. I added black and some dark gray, and it mixed well with the dark blue, and it actually looks good. It doesn't really look like if you're using black, it's just a bunch of dark blue. I did his face pretty nice. I added some, I didn't add 1x2 regular pieces there. I added the one that had lines in them, and it gives it a really nice effect in his beard. Also, I just made his hair was pretty simple except for that thing at the top, and not much other detail. And that is Captain America. And coming in at number 3 is Spider-Man, the Iron Spider. This Spider-Man is amazing. I really like how it came out, especially in his eyes. I made his eyes simple, but it looks like if he's squinting, and I really like that effect I gave him. Also, I made his 4 things in the back. They're really simple to make. They're just those 2 pieces you see right there. And not much other detail, although it was pretty hard to do right here because in the Iron Spider there's lots of very thin lines, and that was really hard to do in Lego, but I did it. Also, I used some of the pieces for this that I used in my Lego posable Iron Spider. If you want to see that, you can click up here in the corner. And yeah, that's how the Iron Spider came out. I really like how it came out though. And that is Spider-Man. And number 2 is Iron Man. And when I saw the Avengers Infinity War movie and I saw all his weapons he had, I was like, damn, those weapons are really cool. And I was really happy that I was able to have a chance to build all of his weapons. For example, his wings, his sword, and his big gun. And this Iron Man is amazing. And you can see the jaw right there. I used a separate piece, a different piece for the jaw. It is not a 1x3 like his head, but it's a 1x2, and it gives it a really nice jaw effect to it. It seems like if that's where his mouth is. And not much other detail except for those 3 things right there. Let's rotate. And I really like how his gun came out. I gave a little Chima diamond there to give like a blast effect if you're seeing it from the front view. And not much detail in his back except for the wings. You can take off all of his weapons if you want to, but like I said, I love his weapons and I think they look really cool. And that is Iron Man. And coming in at number 1, it is the Mad Titan himself, Thanos. And this Thanos is really, really cool. Although I did not have the light purple that Lego used for the Brickhead's Thanos, it still looks really cool. His Infinity Gauntlet was really hard to do especially because it was such in a small space, a 2x3 right there. And I managed to put 4 fingers in the 2x3, and also his last pinky. And I was surprised to find all of these 5 Infinity Stones in transparent. I was really surprised to find that. I thought they were going to be 1x1 regular stones instead of transparent, but I found them. They look really cool. And I love the expression I gave in Thanos' face. He's smiling. Really cool. And I think I did a good proportion compared to the other figures. And his arm is pretty cool. Although I did not add fingers, that still looks really cool. Looks like if he has a fisted hand. And yeah, that is the last figure, Thanos. And that finishes off my review for these figures. And before I finish, I just wanted to show you a size comparison for each one. Now this is Thanos, and now I'm gonna use Spider-Man because all of the regular characters are the same size and proportion as Spider-Man. Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, and Black Panther all are the same size. And same with the Outrider. The Outrider is just a little bit taller. And I'm also gonna add Groot and Rocket Raccoon for this size comparison. And that is Groot and Rocket Raccoon right there. Groot is just a little bit taller than Spider-Man, and the Outrider, almost the same size as Thanos, but Thanos is still a little bit bigger. And because they're 4 different figures, I also made bases for each of these figures, and they're mostly like this. This is Thanos' base. I used most of these pieces to make the bases, and they have these connector pieces, and this is how you attach them. You just attach it on that piece right there, and that is Thanos' base. I really like how the bases come out because they actually make them look like statues. And Spider-Man's and all the other figures that are like him have this base. It is a little bit smaller than Thanos's. And don't think that I have only one base. I have one base for every single figure I did. And they just attach on that 1 by 1 right there. Or if you want to move it to the side. And that's how Spider-Man comes out. And the Outrider is the only one that has a brown base. Now, the main reason that I did a brown base is because I didn't have enough gray pieces to make the Outrider a gray base. But at the same time, it makes it look good. It looks like if he's a bad guy, and because he's a bad guy, he needs a brown base. And that's really cool. In Groot and Rocket Raccoon, they have a fairly smaller base. Not because they're smaller, because this Groot is skinnier. And I took an advantage, oh my god. And I took an advantage to make him a smaller base, and my Rocket Raccoon broke up. But I'm gonna use this moment to show you how I did his head. So his head, see, it's only this simple piece, the one that goes like that. But I just added other things, and I added more depth with these pieces. And here's Rocket Raccoon's body, except for his one arm. And I did a tail for him as well. And this is his arm with his gun. Mostly they're just random pieces, but at the same time, it looks really, really good. And that just attaches right here. And this goes right here. And that is Rocket Raccoon. And the way this attaches is by Groot's piece right here. And that goes right there. But I just want to show you how Rocket Raccoon looks compared to the other figures. And it actually looks good compared to the other figures. And that was my review on my Avengers Infinity War characters. I will be making a how to build on every single figure. I'll try to. I'll post it later. And if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe and like this video. And see you next time.